On to Auburn, Georgia-Auburn. This was this was the weirdest, strangest. I don't even know how to describe this game at one point. Like, okay, it's not the Georgia Dogs anymore. It's the Cats because they got more lives. They got 9 lives. Like, Georgia just keeps finding a way to survive. Like, it's unbelievable. The slow start continues, right? Like, another slow start. Auburn doing what they want out the gate. Auburn's plan, we talked about having 2 weeks to prepare. Their plan was beautiful, man. Their plan was absolutely beautiful. What do we do well? What don't we do well? Let's major in what we do well. Let's minor in what we don't do well. Let's not get in 3rd and long because we're not very good. Come out, run your quarterback. Spit the ball in the perimeter. I get one-on-one shots with 8. I'm going to take advantage. Auburn comes out the gates, and they were smoking. Like, couldn't have gone better. Up and down the field. First drive, 14 plays. 3rd down, 4 of 4. Like, this is the team that went 1 for 23 on 3rd downs a couple weeks before. And they took care of business. Everything going Auburn's way. 10-0. Auburn moving the ball down the field. They had 26 plays in the first quarter. Georgia had like 4 or 5. Like some kind of ridiculous number like that. And then they're going in to score with 2 minutes left in the half, going to reach the ball over the goal line, and Jackson Arnold gets called for a fumble. Interesting, all the replays. Interesting to hear all the takes and the analysis. Brent, I want to hear yours, but like, if you watch the replay without a lens, I don't watch things with a Georgia filter. I don't. You don't either. Like,
No.
I watch things with football. And if you watch the replay and you say, when does the ball start to move a little bit? Now, here's the thing. We got all this money in this sport, and we can't get a better picture than that. That's some bullshit. Like, that's some bull crap. We can't get like HD down the line that you can zoom in 65,000 times. I'm going to leave it there. Okay, fine. I'm not going to talk anymore about that. But to me, 2 things happened. 2 Georgia players came in. The first one's hand gets in on the football accidentally, and I think the ball moves. The ball moves. And then the next guy comes in and punches it, and the ball clearly comes out. And then Georgia scoops it. The guy's not down. He turns and runs. It very easily could have been a touchdown. And then it would have been even crazier in that stadium. But I thought it was a fumble. And I thought the ball, Jackson Arnold should have taken care of the football better. I see where there's a back and forth. I see where there's question. But I thought the ball was moving. And then I thought the second Georgia player completely knocked it out. Clear recovery. What did you see? Because that's what I saw. But listening to the broadcast, listening to our buddy Booger and all them, like it was like that wasn't even an option. It was like this was the worst call in the history of the world.
I thought the play before was more of a touchdown than the fumble, than how it was. But you couldn't overturn the play before because the camera was all blurry, where it was elbow down. And
why do we have blurry cameras? We had
I know
9,000 millions.
I thought that play was a touchdown. I was like, oh, that's a touchdown. And then the next play happens. And
hey, Jason Davis, homer alert in the chat. Sean Walker, I appreciate you calling him out and saying that you don't listen to the pod if you think I'm a homer. Appreciate that, brother. Sorry, continue.
Yes. Oh, yeah, we are not homers. That is for certain. But I agree. Like, and then the one with, I think it was the pylon cam maybe that they zoomed in, where you saw the sort of first punch where it was trying to tackle, and then it's loose. Like his hands are there, and I even saw like a still shot on social media where a line was drawn, something like that.
Yeah.
Like, but the ball's coming out at that point, and you can't say, especially since they called it a fumble to begin with. If they would have called it a touchdown to begin with, they probably would have kept it a touchdown kind of thing. But I never heard a whistle was the main thing. I was shocked that, I guess they just said, okay, we kind of paused and everybody stopped, so we're just going to stop and give them the ball at the one.
I think if the Georgia player doesn't run to the sideline and keeps going like right away, I think they might have
like
just
instantly
called it a touchdown.
Yeah.
But
it was
Brent Skaggs, I promise we're going to get to Bama. We're coming up on Bama. But right now we're talking about the Auburn game, and it was just whack. But the thing is, the ACC does that under the hood thing. I would have loved to hear that one. That one would have been fantastic.
Awesome.
Like,
Great
I would
TV.
have loved to get under the hood, heard about it. Fix the freaking cameras. That's a bunch of baby back bullshit. We got to see better than that. That's not acceptable. That's not acceptable for a sport where you're putting your blood, sweat, and tears. It can't come down to fuzzy freaking photos like bullcrap. That's got to be fixed. I'm not going to have that. We need to fix that. But from that point on, Auburn, like literally just like put your toe on the table, pull out the shotgun, and just pow, take a toe, bro. Like, I mean, you could not. And you could see Hugh Freeze going into the half. And I am absolutely with him. I'd be pissed, Hugh. Everything that happened, all the stoppages, it was nuts. But my goodness, man, like penalty after penalty after penalty. They had 9 penalties at the half. Like you got a bad break, Auburn. If you think you got a bad break, I actually think it was the right call. You gotta bow up now. Like, stop them back on their own end, get a stop before the half, roughing the passer. Like, you have 3 or 4 flags on that drive. Like, you did that, then it's 10-3, and you never recovered. And that's the problem, Auburn. You go into half, you're upset, and you think everybody's out to get you. The stoppages sucked. The game was terrible in that aspect. Way too many reviews. Like, we can't have that many reviews in a row. That was crazy. But you've got to bounce back. You can't let one play turn to 2, turn to 3, because that's, to me, is the reason why Georgia won this football game, is because Auburn never recovered. Like, they had penalties again. They had 10-plus penalties again for 3 straight conference games. One of the first to do that in a long time. Like, big plays. The big plays in this game, when Auburn had an opportunity to make them, every single time in the second half they failed. Deep shot to Singleton down the field. Got a chance. Jackson Arnold overcooks it. He lays out. That was absolutely great effort. How about the 4th and 2? 4th and 1. Auburn has a great opportunity again. Jackson Arnold throws a little too high. The tight end can't get it. Like, these are plays that lead to points. And Auburn and Georgia just grinded you out. And Georgia, I think, found a little bit more offense too. Like, I loved what they did offensively because they couldn't block Auburn. Like, they could not block them. So they're like, all right, they're bringing pressure from everywhere. We got to protect Gunner. Let's go a little bit more, keep a tight end in. Let's go a little bit more, max protect. Let's use our size out wide, and let's take shots. Like, Kobe Young. Hey, Noah Thomas is in a Georgia uniform. Did y'all know that? Because I didn't know that until today. Like, I didn't know he was Oscar Delp sighting. Like, that. I think Georgia fans, like Kobe Young making a big play, like, that's what you wanted to see. Like that. So Georgia does what Georgia, and that's why you picked Georgia. Like, I knew Auburn had a great chance to win this football game, but Georgia finds a way to win games. They're a day walker. Georgia is every movie you've ever seen with vampires in it, that they just keep getting shot and they just walk forward. And it's like they're limping and their shoulders like this, and then they get shot again and they go like this, and then they go like this when they're really calling a timeout on the sideline. Brent, that was a little suspect. Kirby might have played him a little bit on that.
He deked him, and then it showed him calling timeout. Like, that was so ridiculous. That was unreal. But I have to read you. So on UJ Sports, we have to do a prediction on Friday. I have to read you how I wrote this. 0 confidence in anything related to this game. No outcome would shock me. In the end, Georgia somehow finds a way to win. This outcome actually kind of shocked me because it was so bad.
You didn't think you could be shocked?
No, but the point you made about handling it, that's the entirety of all of this. And instead of just being like, hey, they screwed up, move on, next play. And I'm sure there's an element to that. You could just see it in there that it probably did carry over into the halftime, as opposed to a true just, boys, we're killing them, just keep killing them kind of thing. But the other part about this game is I'm watching this game at a certain point in the middle of the third quarter, in some part in the third quarter, I'm like, these are 2 extremely talented teams with very average to below average quarterbacks. But Gunner made plays in the end and Jackson Arnold didn't. And there's your difference in the game.
Yeah, Brent Skaggs. I tried to share his right there. That's the first time in forever. Can y'all see that now? Because we're going to share this. That's the first time in forever Auburn hasn't gotten most of the calls. I guess at home, okay, that's a stipulation. That's fine. But if you watch the Oklahoma game, Auburn fans would like a word, because several calls, the fumble pickup for
Yep.
the touchdown, the illegal play on Oklahoma. They've gotten some bad ends of some calls. And I think that's why Hugh was so animated. And I think that's why he was so, ticked off, because you feel like you've had so much of that. And it's been so annoying that you just want to do better. But like the missed opportunities. I mean, Auburn could easily have such a better record. They're a good football team. They've got good
Talented.
playmakers. It's
Supremely talented team.
supremely talented. Their offensive line played better, but Georgia made plays. They got down 10-0, and they come storming back and missed a field goal. Did all that.